Hello traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, Happy New Year, and I hope you're ready to smash 2023. Before we dive into today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more content. My name's Antonio and I've been trading the foreign exchange market for 6 years, and I'm excited to bring you along this journey with me to show you what it's like to make a living from the markets. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my biggest trade that I have taken in my trading career, all the way from entering the position, my analysis, managing the trade, and then finally closing the position. So let's not waste any more time. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Starting on the daily time frame, we can see that price is currently in bearish market structure. However, that doesn't mean that we can't be looking for buyers due to what's happening on the lower time frames and also where price is at right now. So just a little bit of back history on this pair. Ever since October 21st, when price on UJ made all-time highs, basically exceeding the highs since 1998, around that time. Ever since then, we have actually fallen off and we have seen a decline in price, and price has been forming bearish market structure, forming these lower lows and lower highs. However, we have seen signs that price is going to reverse and we may see price move to the upside. So there's a couple reasons for that. I want to draw your attention to the length of the impulsive moves that we have been having. Obviously, we started with this huge drop to the downside, which was around 1,400 pips, which is huge. But then, ever since then, the bearish impulsive moves have been decreasing. So if I just draw this one here, we can see that that one is 860 pips. And then the next one from here to here is around 760. So already we're seeing a decline, we're seeing a decrease in momentum from sellers. And then finally, the most recent push we've had to the downside has only been 500 pips. So what does this tell us as traders, and what do we need to identify from this? Well, this is just telling us that whenever sellers step into the market, there's either less people selling, there's less volume, and there's just, there's less interest basically from people who are looking to sell UJ. And what that means is, because the market is balanced out by both buyers and sellers, it means that it's starting to equal out. So it's starting to swap from maybe 90% sellers to 10% buyers, and then 80% sellers to 20% buyers. It's slowly like leveling out until now, where I believe we're going to see buyers step into the market. Another reason for that is just purely where price is right now in the market. This is a strong level at around 1.130 or 131.0. We have this strong area of sensitivity in the market where price has been using it as resistance, it's been using it as support multiple times, and again we have used it as support. Not only did we just use it as support here, but we failed to push higher from here. So if you look at this support level, there would be a lot of people buying this market. We did have a push up, however, it wasn't enough to drive price higher and out of this bearish market structure. It was just basically a small move to the upside, and then this low was actually taken out previously in the last couple of days, which we'll look at on the daily time frame. On the lower time frame, sorry. Another thing to take into consideration are the candlesticks at the moment. So as you can see, we have had strong bearish momentum which broke this low point here. However, if you look at the most recent candles, we are potentially seeing a shift in structure, because we did have a big wick to the downside yesterday. Rather than breaking out, rather than pushing and closing bearish, we did close bullish, we did close with a big rejection to the downside, and today we are showing signs that price may reverse and may move to the upside. So to me, we're just slowly beginning to see that reversal, and potentially we can take advantage of that. Let me jump down to the 4-hour time frame now. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can begin to see in a little bit more detail this bearish descending channel that we are trading within. So these trend lines aren't very accurate. It's not point to point. It's just giving you a visual representation. That's what trend lines do, really. They just give you that visual representation of what price is doing. So for me, this is just showing that price is trending to the downside, and we are dominantly bearish. So want to take your attention to this level here, where we are currently and what's been going on. So for me, this was the low point in the market where there's lots of people buying here. There's lots of people placing their buy positions, and what they're doing, they're putting their stops just below this level. And that's just, for me, too easy. You know, it's a strong level of support. People are buying the market. For me, it's just too easy. And that's why we've had this stop out. So people are holding this position, hoping for price to come like even higher and further. But as you can see, those people would have been stopped out. Liquidity has been grabbed. And I do believe we're now going to see price go in the desired direction that we would have hoped. In trading, it's essential to minimize losses and maximize winners in order to be profitable in the long term. One way to maximize winners is to hold trades for the long term, and the second way is to actually scale in to second positions. This allows for potential double profits while still limiting the exposure to the risk of the account. But remember, scaling into positions can be risky and does not always guarantee more profits. It can also lead to a loss. Okay guys, so just going to talk about my actual specific entry on USD/JPY today. Break down the analysis, break down the reasoning for my entry, and then my targets and my stop loss, etc. So starting off on the analysis on this lower time frame, this is the 5-minute time frame, so it's a low time frame. We've come down into this level of support over here, and we have formed a double bottom. We've actually exceeded it. So the fact that we exceeded it and then wicked to the downside and continued up makes me think that that was just an order grab, a stop hunt where people were entering the market too early and then price continued to the upside. So once we had this bullish impulsive move here, let me just highlight it. Once we had this bullish impulsive move to the upside, that was our confirmation that price is now bullish for the day, and we can begin looking for our buy positions. So our actual specific entry now, jumping down even to the lower time frame, such as the 1 minute. Sometimes we like to go as low as the 1 minute. Let's take a look. So price, once again, so just on the 1 minute, the same as the 5 minute, we come down into a level of support. We're always looking for these support levels in the market for buyers. So for buyers are looking for the support, come down in support, and then we saw that price was in bullish market structure, moving very bullish, and then we started to see bullish price action, meaning we're starting to see higher highs, higher lows. We're starting to see some kind of structure forming where we're forming market structure like this. As soon as we saw that shift in market structure, we entered the market with our stops below this area of sensitivity where price has been using it as resistance and support. We just had our stops below there just to ensure that price wouldn't push any further, and if it did, we give ourselves a tiny bit of breathing room. So we've got a 5 pip stop loss on that one, and the first entry was at 130.436. That was the first entry with a 5 pip stop loss just below. That moved into profit, and then we saw another higher high being formed. Again, price formed a higher high. And then we saw price pull back, form that higher low, and then that was our reasoning for our scale win position. The reason we like to take scale win positions is because we like to maximize when we're right. A lot of people, when they're losing in the market, won't cut losses short, but they'll know that price is heading towards their stop loss, but they won't cut losses short. On the flip side of things, when you're in a winning trade and you know price is going to your target, people aren't entering more positions. When you have that feeling of price is going in the right direction, you want to be maximizing on that as much as possible, because as you can see, we've now entered 2 positions on this and pretty much doubled our profit. And with that being said, not only have we doubled our profit, but we had the same amount of risk on the table from before. Because once we entered our scale win position, our first position that we entered, the stop loss on that was moved to break even, meaning we still only had a 1 risk to reward risk. If this was to hit stop loss, we'd still have this trade in profit basically. So again, it just goes to show you can maximize on your winners without even having to basically just destroy your risk, or you're still limiting your risk by being able to scale into positions. Looking at the higher time frame again, just want to show you guys the break in market structure that we had, or that we have had. Oh, that's a little bit too high. So this 15-minute time frame, just get that a bit more clear and focus for you guys. So you can see that we've broken market structure now. We had 1, 2, 3 touches. That has now shifted. We've seen that shift in price action. We've now broken out of this, and I am expecting price to come up to these highs. If we do hit targets, it's around a plus 16 and a plus 17, making for a very, very good risk to reward ratio on both these trades. That's making for almost a plus, it's like a plus 32 risk to reward, which is obviously incredible. Goes to show that, you know, it's all about your strategy. You have to understand how many losses you can take before calling it a day. For me, I know I can afford to take 5, 6, 7, maybe up to 10 losses. And then I know I can make it back in one trade, in 2 trades, or even this one trade here, I know I'll make it back. So, but other people, you can't afford to take that many losses because they have like much larger stop losses, so their risk to reward is lower. But for me, I know I can afford to put my stop losses smaller from just from data from the past. I know that's more than capable. But yeah, I've drawn this area in here because this is where I will be monitoring the trade at the next position. I may even close one of my positions here, or I might just trail stops into profit to secure. But as you can see, price is moving very nice currently. Not only that, but I'll show you guys as well. We did send the trades into the group as well. As you can see, we bought USD/JPY and then we scaled into a second position. So looking good, and I will update you guys on how that goes. Whilst anyone can analyze a chart, the true measure of a trader's profitability comes from their ability to manage trades in a logic way. Rather than can they just analyze a chart, are they disciplined enough to make informed, calculated decisions whilst they're in a trade? Trade management involves maintaining a clear mind as well as adhering to your strict trading plan. Okay guys, so we've now reached this level in the market that I was talking about where we are going to next be managing our position. So I always say this to our premium members, but you know, when you're trading, the analysis isn't the important part. The important part is actually the trade management. It's the discipline to be able to either stay in a good trade, close out a trade that may be reversing or trailing stops, taking partials. It's all of those decision-making factors that come into play whilst you're in a trade that actually make you a trader and make you who you are as a trader. So right now, we're at a level in the market where price may reverse. So I'm just going to talk to you about what I am thinking and what I am going to do in this certain situation. So we're currently at this level of resistance where it is possible that sellers could come into play and could drive price down. However, looking at the current price action of what we're doing right now, you can see we're very, very strong right now. It looks like we're breaking through it, which we're doing literally live right now. And the risk to reward is looking very good. You know, like I said, it's potential for a plus like 32 risk to reward. However, I do not want to see this trade, which is currently running at a 1 to 8 on that and a 1 to 10 on that, so plus 18. I do not want to see that turn into a loss. So what do I want to do? What is my scenario here? Obviously, the best case scenario is we just let both trades run to break even, run to profit, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be greedy. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be trailing one of the positions stop loss into profit. So just in case we do pull back, I can at least bank something off of the table. So this trade here, that was the scale in position, I'm going to trail the stop loss to, I'll do it live, to a 130.828, because as you can see now, we're potentially reversing. I don't want to see this trade turn into a loss or a break even. So I'm going to show you live now as well. The scale in position was 528. I'm going to put a stop loss now at 130.828. As you can see there, I'm going to modify it. So that's been modified. So if this was now to pull back, if this was to pull back, we'd be stopped out for a 1 to 6 there. And obviously this trade is still at break even. I'm going to potentially just leave that for the moment and let that run all the way to take profit without touching anything. So that's how I'm monitoring the position. It's looking well right now. I'll put it into the group that I'm trailing stops into that level. I'll do it now. So there you have it. We are trailing stops to 130.828 on the scale in position. So let's see how this goes. Obviously, best case scenario, this just continues to the upside now and we bank it, but at least now we've set ourselves up to be protected from all different scenarios. A lot of people will look at this now and think, oh yeah, that's going to go to take profit, or some people might close out because they're scared. You need to react to the market without emotions, and you need to do it a very calculated and disciplined manner. So for me, I now know I'm either going to close out for a 1 to 6, or I'm going to close out up here for a 1 to 16 on that trade. So we'll update you once again, guys, and see how that goes. This is JPY, the position for today. The time is now 20 past 2, and we did get stopped out, as in our trailing stop loss was hit. Like we said in the other one, we was going to trail our stop loss to a 1 to 6. Price did pull back, so we got stopped out for a 1 to 6 there. So that's in the bank, +6 risk to reward on USD JPY so far. We have also now re-entered the market again. As you can see, price pulled back to this key level of sensitivity in the market, where price has been using it as support and also resistance. We then broke through that level, and then price was pulling back and again used it as support. So we entered the market down there, and as you can see, I'll show you now the entry. We entered the market at 130.626, and it was also sent into the group as well as all the other updates. So how am I going to be managing the position now? So we're still in our first initial position, which is running, really, really well right now. That's running for a +8. So that's still running, +8. Full target on that is around a +19. And the position we just recently got in is currently running at a +4, but that full target is at +15. How am I now going to be managing this? Both positions are at break even, so there's no risk on the table. However, once we reach this level of resistance, level of sensitivity, I will most likely close the scale win position for a +6. And then once that +6 is banked, I will then continue to hold this larger position all the way up to our final TP for a +19. So it's all about just maintaining the trade, managing it, ensuring that we're taking profits off the table when we can, but also not being greedy, not being fearful, and just making calculated, non-emotional decisions. So that's the update on USD JPY. I'll show you the position one more time, and let's see how it goes. So guys, wow, this is literally now the best trading day I've ever had in all my 5-6 years of trading. As you can see, we've literally exceeded the level we was going to look to take profits at, and we just broke through it. I was actually out at the time, and I didn't take profits on this trade because I knew the momentum was going to kick in, and rather than taking profits, I was just going to be trading stop losses. So if you look, that's the profit right now. When I sent it into the team today, as you can see, I said when I was buying SL, but there's no TPs here. As you can see here, and in the scale win position, no TPs. So I'm just holding this out now and trailing stop losses into profit, because I do believe we can see this move a lot further. But yeah, that's the momentum on USD JPY. What are we currently running at? Let's take a look. We're currently running here at +20 risk to reward, and this one at +25, and we've already done a +6, so that's like over 50 R right there. Honestly, that's absolutely insane, guys. In our premium community, you get access to lots of benefits. Not only do you get to be in a community filled with like-minded individuals, but we also go live 3 times a week, hour-long webinars where we break down the market for you guys. We send in daily Forex analysis into our premium community, giving our members an idea of what we are looking for that day. Myself and Ryan send in multiple pairs per day, basically giving you guys our entries, our targets, and just our in-depth top-down analysis for that specific pair, so you guys understand how we are trading. Not only this, but our premium community gets 24 hours a day contact to us and all of our members as well. There's a big community to talk to, so it's just a great environment to be in, where you can get support from ourselves and the rest of the Vanquish team. So I'm expecting to see price head up into these highs and then correct back down, potentially retesting the channel, retesting this area of support, and then continuing to the upside, breaking this resistance, and then obviously potentially retesting the neckline. And then guys, again, another update on USD JPY. So we took 2 losses today. However, obviously our first initial 2 positions are still running. I'll show you what was sent into the group. So unfortunately, yeah, we did take 2 trades today. They both hit SL, but our original positions are still running in nice profits and actually insane profits. This one's running plus 60 risk to reward, and this one is running plus 64 risk to reward as well. So yeah, pretty insane. As you can see, USD JPY is pumping. I just want to explain to you guys how I've been managing this position. So like I said, I've had a long-term target of 135, which I showed earlier. There's a nice resistance up at that level, and we haven't really set a TP yet, because even when we reach 135, I will probably still just trail stops because of how strong the USD JPY is at the moment. But we've just been trailing stop losses along the way. So this is theoretically our stop loss. When price moved up here and we formed all this structure and we pulled back, our stops were first moved below this zone in the market. Oh no, I don't want that. Our stops were first moved below this level, and then when we started to form this market structure and we started to see these lows and these lows, we continue to move our stop loss into these levels up here. So right now, this is where our stop loss is. I'm not going to continue moving stops just yet, because I do think we may see like another pullback, like to here, maybe a little bit of a correction, and then we're going to move back up. And then once we do that, and once we see that impulse move, I will then continue to trail the stops. And who knows, maybe tomorrow we might be able to get into some more scale in positions. However, we are still running in this trade. Pretty good. Best trade I've ever taken in my trading career personally. All sent into the group as well. I just want to show you. I'll show you actually after I sat down. But yeah, targets 135. Let's go. Okay guys, so it's the next day and USD JPY has reached our final target. We were obviously having no TP, so we haven't closed, but gonna look to close now. As you can see, we've come to this level of resistance now, and we're starting to see some signs of a rejection, as you can see in that candle there. The exact same, what we predicted to happen, happened. We broke through this level of resistance. Price did pull back overnight, and then we continued. So our stop loss has been trailed along the way, but because we're getting this resistance now, we don't want to be greedy. So I'm going to close it live for you guys on here. Close. Close. Total profit 98,293, and the total risk to reward on these trades was a 1 to 75 and the 1 to 78. So that is honestly the best trade I have taken in my whole trading career. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to join any of our services, make sure you head to the About section, which contains all our links, as well as a link to my Instagram, Ants Analysis, where you'll also find our services in the link in my bio. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.